Chaos reigns.
So we're all excited about Outlast 2. Well, some of us. Okay, I am. And you know me, I need to know all about the lore of the spooky scares. With the teasers and some gameplay footage released, I obsessed over small details until I think I figured out what the plot might possibly be. In Outlast 1 and its DLC Whistleblower, there are some hints. In those games, the morphogenic engine is a thing that controls nanomachines into a ghost that does creepy things and controls some people's minds, sort of. It can also kill people. This tech ghost is often called the Wall Rider. The engine requires a human whose mind is psychologically traumatized, to put it simply. One of the side effects that conveniently made it so you didn't have to witness any women being murdered in Outlast 1 was that the female employees would suffer from psychosomatic pregnancies. This means that their bodies thought they were pregnant and showed all signs of being pregnant without actually being pregnant, so they sent all the female employees away. What is interesting about this little fact is that technically this would make it a virgin pregnancy, and considering the Christian iconography in the teasers, I would think that this is linked. I'm talking about the Virgin Mary and her virgin birth to Jesus. In the gameplay teaser, you can see a crib filled with straw that has blood on it, and then a pit of children. The crib of straw, I think, is a reference to when Jesus was born in a barn, and is often depicted in a crib of straw. Could it be that this is a farm town that suddenly had a bunch of virgin pregnancies that gave birth to horrible things? And can it be that the morphogenic engine has something to do with this? Or maybe the morphogenic engine made a bunch of the town's women get a fake pregnancy and caused them to want to kill the children they already had so as to focus all their attention on their holy fetus? It appears to me that a Christian-like cult has formed around these pregnancies, or maybe the cult already existed and someone decided to expose them to the morphogenic engine. In the note talking about pregnancies in Outlast, Jeremy Blair asks why they are not experimenting on women as they have a high level of morphogenic engine activity in their bone marrow. Also that mental illness affects all genders, so there is no reason to not experiment on women. Consider that the morphogenic engine needs subjects who are mentally primed to take on its needs. In Outlast 1, many patients are subjected to what I would call psychological torture. Maybe in a cult atmosphere, a person's mind is also primed to be open to manipulation. One does not need to have a neurological mental illness in order to be used for the morphogenic engine, as the protagonist of Whistleblower seems to be of sound mind, and the employees of Mount Massive decided to psychologically torture him in order to make him a candidate for the machine. Luckily, he was able to escape before he fully succumbed to what was happening. It very much seems to me that the Wall Rider is associated with having a baby. It appears to be implied that in the female ward, the residents were having nightmares about the Wall Rider. From my understanding, one note might be implying that the female residents are dreaming about the Wall Rider nursing from their breasts. Maybe the morphogenic engine wants to be born, and by that I mean it wants to have a physical form. So it's trying to get women pregnant and make them take care of its human form, thus, in some thematic ways, birthing the antichrist.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
Explaining the upside-down cross in the teaser, the cult overall probably thinks they are birthing a messiah. This might also explain why Eddie Gluskin, aka the groom, wanted a baby so badly. I mean, he already had the desire to kill women. That was something he had before he came to Mount Massive. But when he is in the morphogenic program, he says he can hear its voice when he closes his eyes. Maybe the morphogenic engine wanted him to be the father, not literally. And it wanted him to get a woman so the engine could make her pregnant. And in his desperation to find a woman that didn't exist, he started kidnapping men and making them women to impregnate.
You're trying to get me to be his mother.
Aren't you his mother?
Please note that in real life, many people who join cults are not mentally ill and often test very high on IQ tests. Cults are just very good at manipulating people who are in tough situations. And even if a cult had mentally ill people in it, there is no reason to look down on the mentally ill in real life. Remember that Outlast is not real, but people who suffer from mental illness are real and deserve your respect. I also do understand that not all women have a uterus and not all men have a penis. I was speaking of cisgender women who have a uterus in terms of what the morphogenic engine wants.
Children, you lovers of God and ring-straight defenders of his paradise. All our years of suffering come together now in this glorious day of peace. Peace! Even in the corrupt and filthy tongue of the Romans in the Puritan city. On the 4th month and 22nd day of the 16th year of the 3rd millennium, our reckoning begins. The spider-eyed lamb waits at the harlot's breach, hungry for this world. Ready your knives, for the good earth thirsts for blood, and we, like the angels, must show no mercy. God loves you.